Yeah. Woo.
Woo!
All right. So we have here. I'm not sure what league this is, Johnny. Which league is this?
This is is it Happy Valley? Yeah, Happy Valley.
Valley. So
First
here,
division.
as you can see, we have Everett's team, I believe, the Tuberville Titans right there with Chase
Winners.
and Adams, and Evans, and Walker, which makes you happy, and
Yep.
Burrow. Well, I really like, getting Harris at round 6 and Ferguson, and then taking a chance on Keon. And Robinson. Wow. Yeah, I really like the Titans. Very strong team. Any initial thoughts from you so far, Pez?
I was just looking at Everett's team, to be quite honest. I'm biased. Screw everyone else. Everett for the win.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey.
Based on looking here at these 5 teams,
I'd be interested on first glance with the Christian McCaffrey news. It could be nothing, but then them niggling injuries going into the season, especially with the usage of a Christian McCaffrey and the RB2 being injured at the same time, I wonder how Dylan feels. That's the second team went with educators, how he feels with his Christian McCaffrey first round pick.
Yeah.
Because if Christian McCaffrey's fine, Christian McCaffrey, Josh Allen, then I think Zay Flowers could be a very slept on player because obviously got the sexy names of Lamar, Derrick Henry, and no one's really talking about Zay. And I think he might be a guy halfway through the season like, why the fuck didn't I take that guy? So I hate Swift, despise him with a passion in fantasy, like 4th over Jacobs. Like I would have took Jacobs over Swift. Like
Swift has never finished in a top 20 running back standings, not once.
Two tight ends. I don't mind the second team. Overall, I think his overall construction, his three IDP players, I think he's done good there. I've seen people drafting like 4 defenders, and it's pointless. It is stupid. There's so many out there on the waiver wire. You do not need to be wasting draft picks on trying to figure out the equation of IDP. Just stick with the linebackers and just rotate them until you find one that sticks. But he's got a good 3 there. I don't mind George Kittle this year with the whole Ayuk situation. It could bring him more into the spotlight. I think Cortland Sutton is a steal where he's going because they've got that Franklin, but you've not heard anything about the guy. So I could imagine Cortland Sutton's going to be the one. If Bo Nix is the starter, he's the veteran. He's wise. He's not a bad wide receiver. So I do like that pickup. Mike Williams in the 17th round. I think that's solid. So I do like the Luke Musgrave is his backup tight end in a tight end premium league. With all the weapons on that team, I don't know.
Yeah, Musgrave's not going to be he'd be
a
fringe top guy. Yeah, he's taking a lot of risks with players with injury histories. McCaffrey, injury history. Waddle was hurt last year. Swift is always hurt. Kittle, always hurt. Even Eckler, he's 31 this or 30 this year, I believe. And Mosley was hurt. Williams missed most of last year.
So
a lot of players that are towards the end of their career or injury issues. So that could be a boom or bust team. So certainly in a redraft, having a boomer bust team is not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, I definitely think that the Tuberville, just with the younger players that don't have injury history, it looks really solid. All right,
Where we
let's
going
look
here?
at the next five.
I was just going to say, if you could go back up quickly, Johnny. Look how smooth this is. Who was it? I was just going to mention another team there. It is.
The Melbourne Supremacy.
Yeah, exactly the team I was looking at. I think I like what he's done here
Yeah, he's got
because
Hawkinson come back halfway through the season, and
because
wow,
he's took Sam Laporta, and then to get Hawkinson as because at the moment, if you think about it, Hawkinson is on the pup, so you can automatically put him into your IR spot. You put him into your IR spot, and it's a 3 wide receiver league. Look at what he's done there. So yes, his running backs have took a big dip. And the running backs don't look great, but look at his wide receiver group. And then you look at say Dylan, who you look at like a Dylan, or you look at the Kirkwall Raiders, who've got some nice running backs, and just say DJ Moore isn't the one in Chicago. Marvin Harris struggles to get going. Josh Downs is now looking like he could be screwed for the year. Luke McCaffrey's a flyer. He's got a lot of top wide receivers there. Where I like Aaron Jones, J.K. Dobbins. I don't mind it. Gibson and Mitchell aren't great, but he can easily make a trade with one of them top wide receivers he's got. I do like what he's done there, especially with Caleb Williams and Aaron Rodgers and Sam Laporta. Justin Jefferson could be anything this year. So I do like that. And then
yeah, I really like the Melbourne Supremacy, as you said, especially getting Hawkinson late. But Jones as their star, and what is it, Chubb as their backup. But they do have Dobbins there. Who knows? Maybe he breaks out, and Gibson has a career resurgence in New England. Who knows?
He's really relying on them, as you would say, or wide receiver ones to make up his points on his running backs. But then look at his the thing there is look at his IDPs. His IDPs are going to generate points. He has took 4, but he might undo himself because they're 4 good producers at the IDP spot. He's just now got to pick the right 2. Where his wide receivers is tight end, and then the bet on Caleb Williams firing straight out the bag. And then he could probably cover his running back situation until a couple of weeks down the line, and he starts getting a clearer picture of where he needs to move, and
Yeah, I hate to cut you off, Pez. I know we are against the time, and we have I think 2 or 3 more leagues, so we better get to the next 5 teams here real quick, so we can make our league prediction. Just looking so far at the Royal Raiders here, the first team, I do like, the running back situation there, and they got Kyle Pitts with the new offense that can shine. Anthony Richardson, again, these are players that could hit or could miss, but if they hit, that could be a power. I like what the Destroyers did with Jonathan Taylor. I think he's being looked past this year, and they have a nice young tight end. Any team that stands out for you?
Yeah, I was just looking at the Destroyers. Then I do like what they've done there. They got Lamar, and obviously Lamar's then going to have a bye week, so you're relying on Justin Fields to be the starter. But then if Justin Fields does come in, there's been good reports of him doing well in training camp. Jalen
Mm-hmm.
Tolbert, you get good reports in camp every year with that guy, and then he doesn't materialise. But I do like what he's done because his later rounds, he's took the RB2s for the teams. He's got two solid. He's got two solid IDPs to play with. He's got Wicks. Everyone's going to get excited over that big bomb touchdown from Love, seeing as he's already got big hype. David Montgomery, Chase Brown, people are saying could eventually be the one with Mixon missing time in training camp. Like you said, Jonathan Taylor, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Lamar, DK, I think is going to have a big year this year in that new offensive system in Seattle. Rashee Rice is apparently not getting banned this year, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
So
Who knows how he fits in, but
he
certainly Hollywood's injury helps him.
Hollywood's injury, but even without Hollywood's injury, if he doesn't get suspended this year, he is the one. He's been in that system a lot longer than the others, and he is going to be the one. So I do like what he's done there. Just quickly on another.
Yeah, I think just Duke Moyler or Luke is really going to love the Goldenberg Angels. It has all of his guys. He has Olav and Kamara and Ramondre. I mean, I think Duke's going to love that team.
Oh, he's got a
But I'm
solid.
not sold on it.
He's tight ends are a bit meh. It is interesting, just quick glance, with a tight end premium league, how this league, especially being Division 1, so they did well, all of them did well last year, but they've not really invested too heavily into that tight end spot. Kurtwell Cowboys, is it? I don't know if that's a typo or Cowboys.
Cowboys?
Yeah.
Cowboys?
I think he's the only team I can see, except for the Royal Raiders, who pick more than two tight ends. And I like the Raiders 3 over his 3. But who was it? Do you know what? As well, the Raiders. The thing I don't like about his team, and if he does listen, if he does listen to this, his IDP spots. He's gone for 3 defensive linemen. I get they're all sexy names.
Yeah.
But just because they're a sexy name doesn't always contribute to tackling.
So the Cowboys is a Celtic Cowboy fan. Oh boy. That's a lot of hate for him.
I do like the Gothenburg Angels, like you said, because if AJ Brown, he clearly likes stacks. He's got Hurts and AJ Brown. Chris Olave, I think, is probably one of the most slept on wide receivers this year. No one's speaking about him at all. And then James Cook, not a big fan of him, to be honest. I don't like running backs in that team when you've got Josh Allen, his number one priority is, if shit breaks down, I'm just going to go and do it myself. Alvin Kamara, I love Alvin Kamara. Ramondre Stevenson, I think because everyone thinks the Pats are going to stink. I think because everyone thinks the Pats are going to stink, they think he's going to stink, but I think I think he'll have a good year. Calvin Ridley, I think he's going to do really well with Hopkins having his injury and being out. I'm high on Brian Thomas, so I think, except for his risk on tight ends, I do like the Gothenburg Angels.
The Raiders are listening, by the way, and he noted your advice.
Yeah.
There. So well done, Pez, helping out our listeners. So Pez, let's make our bold prediction here. Would you like for me to go first, or would you like to go first?
He's Craig's son. You can go first, mate. You go for it.
All right, Johnny, can you go back to the first 5 teams? My winner of this league is actually going to be our old friend, Tuberville Titans. I like what he's done. I like the wide receiver, first 3 picks. I like Walker. I think he did well, making sure he has a backup to Burrow with Goff, which is a great backup. He's got stacked running backs. I really like what he's done here. I'm going with the Tuberville Titans. Who do you have, Pez?
I was going to go for Everett because Everett is one who's took 3 tight ends. And I do like the fact he's took Jake Ferguson, who I think is going to be great this year, and then he's took Sanders and Theo Johnson, what are two really good safety tight ends. But I can't take him because you've already took him, and we'll just look like
That's all
absolute.
right, man.
We'll look at absolute homers if we do. So my way up here is I do like the Melbourne supremacy, was it? And I do like what he's done. His running back sort of thing. His running back position is the only thing that I don't like at all. He's just got. Yeah. He's literally just.
I think it's going to end up killing him.
He's gone 0 RB, and then picked up every single injury-prone running back. What could be a recipe for disaster on his team. If you could go down, please, Johnny. The team I do like down here is, and he sorts his IDPs. In my opinion, I could be wrong. Them three could be great. Just something for him to look at. About my opinion of it is, I reckon the Royal Raiders.
Excellent, I love it, and that's Craig's son. So that adds a little bit.
We're just a pair of homers.
Here. Oh my! We're going to get roasted for that.
Yeah, we are going to get roasted for that.
We want our team picked. We got to be on your show. Well, there you go.